Nick All-Stars Brawl is a fast-paced platform fighter with tons of things going for it. Despite this, thanks to 3 huge problems, it might be doomed to fail. And this starts with the biggest problem facing all platform fighters: Nintendo. When Nintendo sees a game as a threat or potential competitor, they have no problem coming for its neck. Many people noticed that the Smash trailer for the final challenger happened to be planned for the same day Nick All-Stars Brawl was dropping. I figured this meant the final challenger would be someone big in an attempt to steal some of the attention from the game's release. And it did just that. Whereas previously, the launch date of Nick All-Stars Brawl would have been the only thing for Smash fans to care about, Nintendo stole some of the spotlight. Smash has been around for years. It has some of the most recognizable characters in gaming, crossing over in a series that's been a fan favorite since its creation. As such, whenever a new platform fighter comes out, it's compared to Smash inevitably. On its own, this is fine, but many platform fighters are made by small game studios, and yet they are held to the same standard as the 3rd largest gaming company in the world. Which brings me to my next point. Stop me if you've heard this before. I mean, the game looks cool, but does it live up to the hype? This game will die out in a month. It just doesn't look right. It will never be as good as Smash. This exact mentality is dooming the game. Casual players are waiting for someone to tell them if the game is going to be popular. But if everyone waits, the game never gets popular. Competitive players are complaining that the game isn't as polished as a game with 2 decades of meta development. And other players are expecting this game to be as big as a game with 85 characters in it from the 3rd largest gaming company in the world. It doesn't help that plenty of people who do have the game are bashing it even though it's just dropped, as if it was made by a AAA developer or, I don't know, the 3rd largest gaming tyrant in the world. Games are janky when they first come out, and I mean janky. You just have to have a little patience. Nick All-Stars Brawl has a great understanding of competitive players. However, competitive alone won't bring in a new audience. The game doesn't have any casual fun features, such as items or voice acting. The game also suffers from a high barrier of entry because it's so technical. Rivals, for instance, has a similar problem. Players are simply too cracked. This can overwhelm players who want to test their skills online without playing competitively. It also lacks features that encourage accessibility, such as stick jump or crossplay. And most importantly, it doesn't have my favorite character, Tyrone, from the backyard. Though the game might seem to be riding a hype train off a cliff, it also has a ton of things going for it. And it just so happens that the community is also one of them. The game has tons of support from top players and content creators. People want an alternative to Smash, as a certain 3rd most colossal gaming amalgamation doesn't seem to care about its devoted fans or competitive fans. The game also has an amazing cast of recognizable characters. Though games like Rivals and Slap City have cool characters and sick gameplay, they don't have Nigel Thornberry or Michelangelo, and people love these characters a lot. Which means this game has the nostalgia that helps make Smash so special. Most members of the community seem to welcome the competition, as most people understand that competition brings about innovation, and innovation is good for everyone. And when you have a game with this amount of love and care behind it, you know the developers will innovate. The developers care for this game like it's one of those scuffed popsicles in elementary school. This game could have been an easy cash grab, but one thing you cannot doubt is the devs care about what they're doing. As Smash players themselves, I'm sure they know what the people want. They listen to the players. Some of the developers, Thaddeus Cruz and Marcus, were even interviewed by HBox. Marcus even said,
"We are listening very careful to what people are saying about the game. So we are listening to the feedback, and we have the perspective of both the developer and also the gamer, because we also play a lot of Smash games in the past, and we know how it feels to not be listened by the developer, or to feel that. Maybe that's not the case, but to feel that. So we are going to be looking very closely into what people think about the balance of the game."
Also, they gave top players and content creators the game to test out early. With that, they got feedback and helped build the hype before releasing to the rest of the community. And for the community, I mean, look at the gameplay. It was made for Melee fans, and somehow that feels perfect for a game with SpongeBob versus Powdered Toast Man. The game is very competitive, emphasizing fast-paced, combo-oriented gameplay, and the mechanics discourage campier playstyles. Well, the intentional ones. Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl has more going for it than any other small platform fighter to date, and it's up to the community to make sure that the game is accepted so that its potential can be realized. I hope over the next few months that this game's ironed out so it can be just as big as we all want it to be. Like and subscribe if you liked the video, it helps out so much more than you expect, and I'll see you in the next one.